What's going on, guys? It's your boy. This is a little overdue. I have been doing ghost hunting and exploring abandoned buildings for like 3 years. Well, ghost hunting 3 years and 8 months. Exploring abandoned, I would say, also like 3 years and who knows. But the one question I get asked a lot is, what got you into ghost hunting? And to explain, I gave a little bit of my backstory, just a shortened version of it when I did the interview with Reed, Troy, and Tyler at the Conjuring House. So basically I was 5, and something about her closet I just didn't like. I don't know if it was just me, if all 5-year-olds didn't like closets, but specifically hers. And I remember I was facing her closet, and all of a sudden, like, my cat Frosty's at the foot of my mom's bed. So I'm facing her closet, and something grabbed me from behind the curtain. And I remember turning around, looking, and just seeing like a floating torso behind the curtain. I could make out the empty eye sockets, like draped over the face. I couldn't see the mouth. I remember trying to scream, and it was as if I was gagging on my own sound. I could not make a sound. I was petrified, frozen, what felt like for 3 to 5 minutes. Realistic was probably 3 to 5 minutes, but it felt like much longer than that. I'm also 5 years old. I have no concept of time. And now my cat, Frosty, is hissing because he can also see whatever this is. And I remember just being frozen, unable to move. And as soon as I could move, I bolted out of there as fast as I could. My mom was in the kitchen making dinner, and I just bolted into her arms and just started crying hysterically. And for about a week I had night terrors and would wake up hysterically screaming from that experience. Waking up with cold sweats, completely drenched. And that lasted for about a week. And then a week later, everything subsided. The night terrors stopped. The memory, the emotion, the feeling, everything had just kind of disappeared. Essentially, my mind put a mental wall up to protect me from that trauma. That wall would go on to protect me for the next 10 years. And I had no clue. And it wasn't until when me and 4 friends decided to go exploring the Denver State Hospital. I was like 15. My friends were probably around the same age, because we heard stories about Denver State Hospital being supposedly haunted, and we were adventurous, reckless teenagers that we wanted a thrill. We wanted we were thrill seekers, and we went about a week or less before Halloween. And me and my friends get there. We go into the main building, about a week before, a mysterious fire just broke out, destroying the main building. And then it mysteriously put itself out. Firefighters, electrical engineers, and electricians could not figure out the source of what caused the fire, nor could they figure out what put itself out. So me and my friends got into the main building, but we could only get like 5 feet from the door, from the front door, because the floor had essentially caved in or imploded due to the fire damage. So there was no way to get up to the second floor or the other floors. We couldn't even go into the other rooms because the floor had essentially just collapsed, fell in. And we were not gonna take that chance to see how far that drop was. And one of my friends noticed a figure at the end of the hallway. And it was about 7 feet tall. Solid black with a mist-like translucent black cloak, almost like a Dementor. I remember making eye contact with it, and its eyes were not glowing, so to speak, but they were an underglow, like an underglow of red, almost like the embers of a dying torch in a pitch black cave. And it was making its way like towards us. And that was when I realized, I don't know what this is. And we were not going to stick around to find out what it was either. So we left. And as we were going down the hill, I looked up at the second floor, just because when we first approached the building, I looked up at at a second floor window, a specific second floor window, and the windows were boarded. Majority of the second floor windows on the second floor were boarded. As we were leaving, I look up back at that same window. That board is gone, and there is that dark figure staring at me, as if staring through my soul. And as I make eye contact with this figure for the second time, it was as if the mental wall slowly started to just dissipate. And all the emotions, the memory of my first paranormal experience slowly crept in. And that was when I realized this has happened before. This is not my first paranormal experience. And I became fascinated with the paranormal and ghosts and hauntings and all that. But I didn't really, I read a lot of stories. I did my research when I could go to the library. But that was about really it. I didn't know that there was a niche for it until, I want to say, (2018), maybe 2017. But majority of my time and effort was preoccupied by another hobby, which was cosplaying. I was a cosplayer from 2015 to 2019. I attended anime conventions. And then in 2019, I just lost the drive to continue cosplaying. And Halloween of 2019, I began pursuing paranormal investigating. And I've now been doing it 3 years and 8 months. I've been to the Conjuring House twice. I've been to Penhurst Asylum. I've been to Letchworth Village twice. Rutland Prison Camp, Fort Revere, USS Salem twice. I'm actually going back to the USS Salem next month. Mansfield Training School in Connecticut, Malden Hospital. But these are also places that are also abandoned. I've also been exploring abandoned places, also roughly around 3 years, almost around the same time frame. Malden Hospital was one of the abandoned places I explored. Fort Revere, Metropolitan State Hospital, the Fernald School, which I then learned later on that the Fernald School is indeed paranormally active because death took place there. But yeah, so yeah, that's my backstory of what got me into paranormal investigating. If you want to see my other videos, of all of the abandoned, I appreciate the support so far. I appreciate everyone being patient with me as I navigate and learn how to do, I hope it's not too loud, as I do all this and as I navigate through life, as we all do. I appreciate you taking the time to view my videos. I know that some of them are long. I'm working on shortening my videos so that you don't have to, sell your soul just to make it to an appointment or something. But yeah, do what you want, go out, explore. Don't let societal standards confine you to mediocrity. Be unique, be yourself, because you can't be anybody else but yourself. And with that being said, as always, stand out.